Your desires are no coincidence. Every fantasy, every attraction, every image that stabs into your mind like a dagger holds a concealed meaning you've never dared to explore. No matter what you voice aloud, your sexual longing shouts truths you refuse to admit even to yourself in the mirror. And the most disturbing part is this. As Carl Jung suggested, what arouses you uncovers secrets about yourself you've never known, fragments of your shadow you've spent years trying to hide. Pause for a moment. Imagine if your sexual preferences served as a mirror to your subconscious. What if those fleeting desires, private fantasies, are actually reflections of unresolved traumas, unmet needs, fears, or deep-seated longings that shape your true self more than you realize? The things you conceal beneath the covers reveal more than your words ever could. And what you find pleasure in now might hold the secret to your authentic identity deep within. This video won't simply tell you what you want to hear, but what you need to uncover. It's about what your sexual desire reveals about you, even if it makes you uncomfortable to confront. Are you certain you want to proceed? Good. Pay attention, because now we're entering the part that truly counts. Carl Jung believed that sexual desire is far more than a quest for pleasure. It's a direct expression of the unconscious. What excites you is not random. It's a mirror of your shadow, the part of you concealed from the world and often from your own awareness. For instance, when someone experiences a powerful pull toward the forbidden, it's not merely about lust or defiance. In Jungian terms, it exposes an unconscious imprisoned within strict frameworks, rules and repressions that must be shattered. Desire then transforms into a release valve, the sole space where that individual permits themselves true freedom. The fixation on what shouldn't be strikes a deep chord, representing the ongoing struggle between imposed morality and authentic inner self. Consider this. Those who crave total control in intimacy aren't always driven by a need for power alone, but often because they feel exposed and powerless in daily life. Their desire becomes a form of compensation, a space where they can finally wield the strength denied to them elsewhere. Conversely, the person craving domination often bears heavy burdens, rigid responsibilities they carry silently, needing release. They yearn for rest, for surrendering to the pleasure of not holding the world together, even if just briefly. This is where it becomes unsettling. Your body reveals what your mind keeps hidden. What you suppress in waking life surfaces in your fantasies. What you deny in your character is ultimately revealed in what draws you. And everything, absolutely everything, has a psychological origin. Desire is symbolic. Your unconscious communicates in code. Every preference, impulse, or image that resurfaces in solitude is an encrypted message. If you dare to decode it, you'll uncover aspects of yourself you never knew existed. Because sexuality isn't solely about pleasure. It reveals fears, wounds, emptiness, and longings that your conscious mind refuses to confront. And that's the brutal truth of Jung's theory. You can't conceal your truth when your desire reveals it. Let's delve further. Remember, no desire is truly innocent. Everything stems from your psyche. Consider those fixated on the forbidden, the taboo, what society deems unacceptable. Jung would say that's the repressed shadow manifesting. The stricter your morals, the stronger your unconscious yearns for escape. The forbidden draws you because it symbolizes the freedom you deny yourself. That attraction serves as a reminder that your conscious life is governed by repression. Another example is those who seek pain, marks, or scars on their bodies. Many believe it's merely a physical act, but psychologically, it uncovers something more unsettling. It's not just masochism, but a desire to confront the boundaries of suffering and surrender. For Jung, these individuals often carry profound emotional wounds, craving recognition, and their bodies become the canvas where those invisible scars are made visible. It's the most direct way of saying, "Here I am. This is what I feel. Touch it. See it." Then there's the opposite. Those who dream of being the executioner, inflicting pain, or dominating utterly. It's not just sadism. In Jungian terms, it may mirror a battle with one's own helplessness. It's the unconscious crying out, "I want to reclaim the power that was stripped from me." The pleasure isn't in causing harm, but in the illusion that, at last, you are invulnerable. Some individuals crave multiplicity, not satisfied with just one person in their fantasies. It's not mere promiscuity, but a symbolic quest for wholeness, to fill inner emptiness with multiple figures. Jung suggests this often stems from a profound sense of fragmentation, of feeling incomplete. The desire then becomes a compulsion to gather what is perceived as missing inside. And observe something intriguing. Even the purest longing for tenderness, caresses, and total surrender has a psychological reverse. Someone craving extreme softness often conceals a history of harshness, a childhood shaped by emotional neglect. In intimacy, they yearn for what was missing: care, warmth, validation. What they lacked in real life, they seek within another's embrace. Do you understand? Every sexual impulse acts as a symbol, a metaphor for your emotional story. The unconscious doesn't create fantasies randomly. It chooses images, gestures, roles, and scenarios that reflect your deepest fears. Your fantasies stem from your wounds and your deepest, most repressed desires. Deciphering what excites you is like opening a hidden diary you unknowingly kept. But there's an even more unsettling truth. Jung believed that desire not only exposes your personal shadow, but also links to the collective unconscious with what he called archetypes. In other words, your intimate fantasies aren't purely your own. They are ancestral images, universal patterns, shared by all of us without awareness. Your sexual fantasies don't arise in a vacuum. They are passed down through generations, symbols pulled from the depths of human history. That's why many feel drawn to figures of authority, teachers, bosses, leaders. It's not merely about hierarchy, it's the archetype of the father, the protector, the guide. Those seeking such encounters, whether knowingly or not, are engaging in a dialogue with their relationship to authority, reflecting the respect or rebellion they have experienced toward it. It's a desire that reveals how you handle power in your everyday life. And remember the opposite side, those who fantasize about vulnerable, innocent figures in need of help. In this context, the emerging archetype is the protector, the savior. The unconscious isn't just after pleasure. It wants to embody a role, to feel that you care, that you rescue, that you give what you once couldn't in real life. This longing might stem from a true instinct for tenderness or a deep craving to be needed. There's also a universal pull toward mystery, the allure of the concealed, the masked, the anonymous. Have you ever wondered why masks, uniforms, or strangers hold such power in human imagination? Jung would interpret this as the emergence of the shadow archetype in its raw form. The unknown draws you because it mirrors what you refuse to acknowledge within yourself. That mask others wear is, in truth, a mirror of your own inner mask. The most unsettling aspect is that many of our desires are driven by the myth of union, what Jung referred to as the anima and animus, the feminine within the man, the masculine within the woman. When you experience an inexplicable longing for someone who stirs something deeper than mere attraction, your unconscious is truly seeking to complete itself through that person. Desire transforms into a bridge, not to another person, but to the missing part of yourself. Do you grasp the significance now? What we label as fantasy isn't merely a whim. It's a symbolic language echoed by millions, because it resonates with universal truths. The unsettling part is that every one of your sexual preferences, even the most private, links you to forces far older than yourself, archetypes embedded in your bloodline through generations. And here emerges the true question. If your desires reflect ancestral symbols, are you genuinely free in what you yearn for? Or are you merely reenacting a script your unconscious inherited long before your birth? Take a moment and ponder something you may have never dared to question. What if your desires are not just personal preferences, but a coded language of your future? Jung described the perspective function of the unconscious, its ability to foresee what lies ahead in your psychic journey. What you long for today, what quietly consumes your thoughts, might signal a change you haven't yet experienced. Your fantasy acts as a guiding light, revealing not only what you conceal from your past, but also what you still need to incorporate into your future. Picture someone who repeatedly dreams of being observed, of being at the heart of an intimate moment. It's not merely a play of exhibitionism, it's a warning. In their outer life, a part of them seeks acknowledgement, a voice that must break free from anonymity. The unconscious whispers it in private moments before that need erupts into everyday life. Conversely, someone who dreams of hiding, of disappearing into shadows, might be practicing a future where too much exposure consumes them, and the only escape is retreat into silence. The intriguing aspect is that desire functions as an honest compass. While your conscious mind distracts itself with excuses, justifications, and inherited moralities, desire remains a truthful guide, pointing toward what truly matters. Desire, as the unconscious, maps out your true self and reveals what you must become. That unsettling attraction today, that hidden fantasy you hesitate to admit, might be the key to transforming who you are into who you could be, if you dared to embrace it. Beneath all this lies something even more profound.